Hi everybody, John Soriano here. It's been a little while since I've done a video, so I want to do this one just to share some thoughts about the relation between the teachings of Zen Buddhism and EFT tapping. Now, you might be like, what's John on today? You're like, why is he thinking of this? But there are certain things that mesh between the two, at least that have come to my mind. So I, as they would say in the Twilight Zone, submitted for your approval. And let's just, throw it out there, see what, run out the flagpole, see who salutes, kind of thing. See what you think of it, and maybe it'll be something helpful to you. So basically, what I want to touch on in particular is the teaching in Zen of non-attachment. And the teaching of non-attachment is not, especially in terms of meditation and Zazen meditation, thoughts come and go, and that's fine as long as we don't become attached to them. And through experience of meditation, I find that one of the key ways to know that I'm attached to a thought pattern or a thought as it comes through is I get a feeling for it. So that's how, that would be one of my indicators that the attachment is taking place. Now in EFT tapping, we're seeking to, in essence, drain the energy of a thought or a memory or something like that, the negative energy thereof, or the disruption of the energy thereof. So I find the two very compatible, because it's not an easy thing to give up attachment to thoughts. Okay, we're very much from the outside in kind of creatures, and our reality is what we make it in our thoughts, but we don't know that. We're not always aware of that. So I find that EFT could really be a useful tool in the Zen approach, because by tapping on a memory or tapping on a specific intrusive thought or thought pattern, and by tapping on the feeling of the attachment, whatever that might feel like, the EFT in turn could more quickly enable us to cut the attachment to whatever it is, if that makes sense. So it would be a lot easier by the use of EFT to let certain thought patterns go. Now, this isn't for the willy-nilly, did I leave the iron on kind of thing. This is thought processes, thought programs, thought patterns that are consistent and are consistently something we want to let go. Okay, now I'm trying not to use the word upset us, because sometimes it's not necessarily upsetting so much as that we just want to stop thinking about this. We want to just let it go. And we could take the meditative approach, and I do in my practice of Zen Buddhism, to be present in the now, but let stuff come and go. But sometimes it's not that easy, and I think it's because of the energetic attachment to it that is making the sensation of being real and to cut it loose. And even with dealing with memory, to a point, the memory's done and dusted. It's nothing we could do to change it. So the EFT would enable us to cut the energetic connection that is holding it in place, and then to reframe it, to change the meaning of the story, right? Because obviously we can't change the story. We can only change what the story means, and that is your present reality, right? Buddha says that the world is the total of our thoughts, right? In terms of how we experience the world. NLP says the map is not the territory. The EFT, Gary Craig, it's the writing on the walls, right? So they're all interconnected. We're all saying the same thing, in that the Zen of EFT is really understanding that your map of the world, your experience of the world, your perception of the world is the sum total of your thoughts, patterns. And if you want to get rid of them, EFT tapping will probably be one of the quickest ways to do it. So, and I just made a few more notes I just want to refer to here. I'm trying to keep the glasses off because of the glare of the lighting here. So you touch on the attachment, basically, the feeling that's holding there. And that'd be a place to start, in my opinion. If you could think of the specific memory, that's fine, but you always want to get in touch with the feeling part of it. So, to get access to the energy. Now, the teaching of Zen also goes towards experiencing your true nature, or your true self. Okay. And I think the setup phrase in EFT is a very good tool in that direction, and not for the reason you might think. It's not so much that it's trying to program something, but when we say, or as I use the setup phrase, when I use the setup phrase, I don't always, but when I do, even though blank, 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 yada, 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 I say I accept myself as I am right now. And I think it's a good distinction to use, because who we are is who we are right now, at this moment. It's not who we are in our totality. Usually it's not who we are of our true self and our true nature. But it is who we are at this moment. And the first thing you need to do in order to move past a certain block or being stuck or what have you is to accept where you are right now, and that it's okay to be where you're at right now. And by tapping through that, you take the energy of the thought patterns away. So it's that energy that's giving the life, if you will, to the thoughts and thought patterns, that's making it real for you. But once you take that away, it's a lot easier to then let these thoughts and thoughts patterns and memories or whatever it is that's coming through all the time, to let them go, because the glue is gone. The glue is not sticking there anymore, if that makes sense. So to tap on the patterns, tapping on your problems, as well as using the reframes once you get to a certain point. So another core essential of Zen, if you will, is to really just to see things as they are, and to see them in their suchness, their as-isness, without judgment, without putting any extras on it, just to see it as it is. And I think the power of EFT tapping comes when we are going through the process and tapping on things and following the thread to get to core issues. And once the core issue is worked on and collapses, and usually whatever is tied to it will collapse through generalization, but once you get to that, you could just let it go and then see things as they are, right? Without the encumbrance of the problem, without the encumbrance of the thought pattern, without the judgments thereof, right? And it makes things a whole lot easier to see the world as it is, to see your life as it is, to see even the situation as it is. Because usually we're not seeing the situation, we're not experiencing the situation in its suchness. We're experiencing our perception and our judgment of it. We can target tapping towards those things and collapse those, and collapse the energy that they provide, and collapse the energy that they're using to stick things in place that we don't want in place. Getting to core issues is a whole other thing. That's where the patterns of neurolinguistics come in, and there's going to be some videos come. I know I've been saying this for a long time, But I will be doing some videos about the use of neuro-linguistic programming language patterns, in particular the meta model, in use with EFT to really turbocharge the results, and Milton model too to some degree. And there's uses for that within the EFT tapping framework as well. So those are just my thoughts, as random as they might appear to be, on the Zen of EFT tapping. So if you found this useful at all, thought-provoking at all, anything at all, if you liked it, please hit the like button below. You've probably seen this you may be seeing this, I should say, through Facebook Live Premiere. At least that's going to be the attempt after I'm done filming this. But whatever way you can to get to the YouTube version to hit the like button, please do so. And feel free to leave a comment. I will respond to you. If you have any questions, I'll respond to those as well. So until the next time we meet, take care.